Thank you so much for being with us today. And today I have a very, very special guest with me. Her name is Ana Dominguez de Show, a financial professional and community leader who is deeply committed to helping individuals and families build security, clarity, and long term financial confidence. Ana works with clients to navigate some of the most important financial decisions of their lives. Her work focuses on helping people plan for the future with intention, whether that means preparing for retirement, funding education, protecting loved ones, or creating strategies for long term care and lifetime income. But beyond her professional expertise, Anna is also known for her leadership in the networking community. She plays an active role within Babel Networking, where she supports entrepreneurs and professionals in building meaningful relationships and referral partnerships that go far beyond exchanging business cards. What makes Anna's approach especially valuable is her belief that networking is not about selling, but about trust, generosity, and genuine connection. Through her work, she helps professionals create communities where collaboration replaces competition and where relationships become the foundation for long term success. And today, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship, building authentic professional relationships, and why strong networks can change the trajectory of a business and a life. Hi, Anna.
Thank you. So
Thank
excited.
you.
I'm very honored that you invited me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for being with me. I really, really appreciate it. And I know Anna, we met at Babel Networking, actually. It's Babel. I keep saying it with, I want to say it with an English accent. That's why I keep changing the accent. Okay, so that's a very impressive bio, but I really want to know, who is Ana Dominguez de Show? Who are you?
Who am I?
Mm,
I've been trying to find out that out for a while. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm still, in that part of knowing myself, but I can tell you the things that I know so far. My identity is completely in God, and I am His beloved daughter, and I am established in Jesus, and I'm trying to understand how I can be led by the Holy Spirit every day in my life. So that's first my identity, and then who am I? I'm just a Mexican lady lost in the United States, enjoying life, enjoying motherhood, enjoying every ministry that God has um, like entrusted me with, and trying to make an impact in people's lives, not only with financial services, but in general, but they can see that there is something more than this world, and we have to trust that there is enough for everybody. And I want to teach my son the same thing, that there is enough and way more than enough in this world for everybody, that we just need to discover how to find it.
that's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that with us. Okay, so what originally drew you to the world of financial services?
Oh, that's funny. So I was in Mexico in that time, and I had started a business of translation services and languages teaching. Then, sorry, my best friend, sorry, Liliana, by the way, I'm thinking about another friend today, but my best friend started doing financial services, and she was trying to get me to start saving for retirement. I was like, "You're crazy. I mean, I'm 28 years old. Like, what are you talking about?" And she would be like, "Man, you start your business. You need to be very um, wise with your finances. You are not going to have income all the time. Something can happen." You're like, "You're a very toxic friend. I mean, you need to be more positive." I don't know why she was so patient with me, but anyway, so I was going to be out of the country. I was going to travel to Europe. And she said, "Anna, you cannot leave this country without your life insurance, and you need to start this plan. This life insurance is going to give you these benefits for, your retirement." I'm like, So I'm like, okay, so what can happen? Well, I didn't know what can happen in the airplane. I'm like, you are very toxic. Like, really? Okay, I'm just gonna do it because you're a toxic friend, you know. But then when I did it, I started reading it, and I was like very impressed with what I was doing, and I regretted that I didn't do it before. I felt like I was so rich, you know, in that moment, even though I was not, but I felt like I was doing something for my future and that I was putting my finances in order. And I felt like it was too late, and I was 28, and I still feel like I started late. But anyway, that's another story. And so uh, when I found what I had, uh, I told my friend, we need to start doing some financial education in the school because we need to know this. I mean, I felt so passionate about it that I wanted more people to know, like people my age or younger, what we could do for our future. Nobody really teaches us in the school what to do with that money. I found out that the only school that has that like subject in their school system is New Zealand. That's the only country that teaches kids since they are little how to do or manage and handle, you know, like their finances. No, they only teach us how to make money and that we need to go and, you know, like buy everything, but they don't teach us how to really be smart with our finances. And then we see our families struggling when they are retirement because there is enough money, and people believe that the government is going to take care of us. So I was like, no, I need to tell more people about this. And that's how I started in this path. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you were saying, many people find financial conversations intimidating or overwhelming. In your experience, what are some of the most common concerns people bring to you when they begin thinking seriously about their future, about their financial future?
I think it's fear because it's either fear to the unknown or the other whole opposite, that is I trust whatever they tell me and I don't check. So it's those both sides, like extremes. That's what I can find with my clients. I either see them very like, no, I don't believe this, and this is very risky, and the markets and investments, and who are you? What are you doing? Like, are you really trying to help me? You know, or I find the ones that, oh yeah, I saw this in TikTok, so I started doing this, and then I'm like, okay, so like that would be like the two, you know,
Very
sides,
extreme.
extreme sides. Yeah. Yes.
That's funny. Many
Mhm.
of our listeners are midlife women navigating a lot of transition, right? Sometimes after career shifts, divorce, or major life transitions. What do you think women most need to understand about financial security and planning as they move into this stage of life?
Well, women, this is interesting because in a lot of studies, and that's a very good question that you are doing, Sarah, because in a lot of studies that have been made, women are found to be like the most fearful when it's about investments, but not when it's about organizing and putting order in their finances. So, where is that money? I assure you, is under the mattress. so, so women are we have that skill of being uh, stewards of not only our homes but money as well. We are good administrators where we can manage well wealth, you know. And but we are very fearful, of course, because our nature is protection. So we want to protect our money. So we need to, how do we change that mindset is with knowledge, with discernment. Where, okay, I'm not gonna go with the first person that talks nice, but I'm gonna do a research. You don't have to be, you don't have to get licenses. You don't have to go to college in finances if you don't want to. But it's just about discernment. What makes sense? Not what works for you, Sarah, is gonna work for me, and not what works for me is gonna work for you, because we are in different stages in life. I have a minor. You don't have minors anymore,
No,
so it's different. Not everything is different for everybody. It depends on stage, it depends on income, it depends on every situation is different. So I would say for women, I'm more passionate about it because I'm a single mom now myself, and I am sure that I found a lot of single women that have been divorced or left, abandoned, whatever it is, because they always relied on their husband 100% on finances, and then something happens, and then they are left with nothing. I'm not saying that you don't have to honor your husband. I'm just saying we always need to protect ourselves also with a plan B. And if you don't have a plan, if you don't ever use it, that's fine. You can. I wish, and nobody wants to use a plan B, but if something happens, then you have it. And it's not only about, oh, my husband left me, like in my case, but what if something happens to your husband? Here's a toxic friend. What if you come to my house and you trip with my son's toys or whatever, and you are not able to work? What are you gonna do, you wife, to provide the family? All those things that we do not think of, which is good, but we need to have those plan B, I would say.
that's a good point. And I was just thinking as you were saying it that I want to say that back in the day, which wasn't that far away, like in my house, my father is the one that always knew about money. My mother never knew anything about it. She, I don't know if she didn't really care. She probably didn't care, but at the same time, she was not never entrusted with making, like being the one who organizes the money or does with it whatever needed to be done in our house. And I think that a lot of people grew up like I grew up like that. When I got married, things didn't really work out that way, but they could have, they could have perfectly been have gone down that way. And I agree, we and luckily now I see that a lot of young girls or the younger generation, they are um they have their own finance, like their own bank account or whatever. And I'm not always in agreement with this, because when you're married, like I didn't go into it thinking something was going to go wrong. But again, toxic friend, it can perfectly go wrong, right? Exactly. So that's a good point. That's a great point that not a lot of people make it. So thank you. So you're also deeply involved in the networking world through Babel Networking. How did you first get involved in professional networking, and what made you realize how powerful it could be for entrepreneurs?
Well, I started doing networking in Mexico when I had my business. I just did not know that it was networking. So I remember just celebrating my first anniversary of the school, and I invited my friends who I knew they were doing something, small business, entrepreneur, self-employed, whatever. I invited them to collaborate in the gala, fiesta, party, whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought about, well, you can do this and put your logo, and then we do like a folder, and we'll put all the flyers there, and we'll announce them like sponsors. Like, that was my idea, but I did not know what it was. Like, if I had a name, it was just with my friends. So I remember that friend that made the cookies or whatever. She did the cookies with the logo of my school, and then she put her name. Of course, all the people that received that was like like free marketing for her. Well, not free because she paid for the cookies anyway, but it's still, it was more a collaboration thing instead of paying sponsorships. And no, it was like a teamwork, and whoever made the video, whoever took the photos, and hey, he's a photographer, hey, he, things like
Yeah.
that. It was amazing. I think it was a pretty nice idea. And then after that, somebody invited me to a BNI meeting, and they said, Anna, you need to come to these meetings. It's something related to what you did. And okay, so I went very early. I remember to one of these meetings, and I'm like, this is not what I did. So, with all the respect to BNI, I was like, this is not, like, not even a little bit of what I did. So then I forgot about it. I came to this country. I think we did another meeting before I came to the US with friends the same, and they invited more, and I still have a photo, and I had the designer doing the logo. So but I don't know, I did not know exactly what it was. I was just thinking a lot of, entrepreneurs can come together and collaborate and help each other. But here, when I came to Tampa, I did not know anybody, and I started going to networking meetings in the morning, again, pre-COVID. And I wanted to meet people because I wanted to run my business. I wanted to start this financial services business, and I started going to these meetings very early again. But now I have a kid. I have a 1 year old, and I was thinking in the meeting at 7 o'clock, I'm not with my baby. I'm not giving him breakfast. He's sleeping. He's going to wake up and he's not going to see mama. And for what? Like, I'm not even connecting. This guy has been talking like for 20 minutes already. And I am eating breakfast with my baby. And I can just talk to the people like next to me, and not a lot because they have their mouth full of food. So I don't, it was weird. And then I tried to call them because I was living with a bunch of business cards, and they, hey,
Yeah.
remember me? Nope, no, I don't need life insurance. I'm like, okay, people do not know how to do networking. So I started my own meetings. um, I got together with another friend. She started offering meditation, and we had our first meeting with 5 people, 5 women. I don't know why women. 5 women came, and really, it was amazing to see the environment and what we could achieve with 5 people that so far today they are still my friends, and they have been my support in a lot of things that I have gone through in this
Mm.
city. So it's like, oh my gosh, like, and I became more passionate about it. And COVID hit, we went virtual, and now we have expanded internationally, but now we do in person and we do virtual as well. Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Mhm.
part of the international
Probably,
networking posse that comes.
yes.
Thank you for doing that, for turning international. I appreciate it. I love the
Yeah.
networking group. I absolutely adore it. It's almost the middle of the night for me, but I am there because, like you said, it's the connections. I don't know, I networking just does not come natural to me. And maybe, like you were saying, well, these people were doing this and it was nothing like I wanted to do and what I had done. So I kind of feel that way as well. So thank you for having a group where I feel really good. Okay, so a lot of people here
For appreciate it, really.
Hmm. A lot of people hear the word networking and imagine what you were saying, those awkward events or forced conversations. So, from your perspective, what does genuine networking actually look like when it's well done?
In my opinion, I believe that we have to be authentic. We do not, that must be like a safe place for us to be able to be ourselves. it's not the same when you are talking to a client or you are doing, your occupation, or me, like financial consultation. I think I still am the same, but anyway, a lot of people is like, a lot of people feel like, okay, this is my safe place. A lot of, here they understand me. It's not, it takes courage to be self-employed, to be an entrepreneur. It takes discipline. Okay, because there is nobody telling us what to do. So when you are in a networking meeting, people make the mistake of believing that those are clients. They see us like, oh, this is my next victim. No, because that way, when they go with that thought, and then instead of going to serve, okay, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you might get one client or two, but it's gonna be temporary. You are not building something that will have an eternal impact. And I go back to my eternal impact. Um, when you are serving, you are showing that you are authentic and that you have a natural leadership skill. Leaders serve. Okay. Every example in the Bible, every leader, including Jesus, the same God, he was serving. He was not here and they're like, okay, so who I want to sell somebody? No, he was just himself. And people will follow him because he was himself. And I think that's what we need to remember when we are in a business meeting or a networking meeting. Just be yourself so people can trust you. When you build that trust, the referrals and introductions are going to start coming naturally because you are going to be a reliable person. And when you come to the with the thought of serving, people are going to appreciate you, and they're going to always remember what you did for them, what you said to them, and how you treat them in that meeting. So again, referrals start coming after that.
I think I know why I like your networking group. It's because, like you said, it's not about the selling, it's about the showing up and being yourself, but it's not about competition. I like that. We're not competing in there. So that's a good thing. I've heard of speed networking, and I'm even afraid to ask what it is. I just smile and pretend I know. I don't want to know, honestly.
We do it in the networking meetings in person. We do it once. We do different activities, but then like 20 minutes I do a speed networking, but I always do it with intention. Like grab a piece of paper and write the name of the person and what introduction is she trying to find. Or just ask this question: how can I make your day better today? How can I impact your business today? Even if I don't know you. That those are the most special because you are there for a reason. Okay? Either you're gonna be impacted or you are gonna impact. So when you ask that question, it is powerful. Like, hey, how can I make your day better? How can I impact your business? And let me write your name. Maybe the introduction doesn't come to my mind right now, but maybe later after 3 cups of coffee, it will come,
Yeah,
and I'll exchange the introduction. So those things are very intentional, and that's how I do speed networking in the meetings.
I love that. One of the most valuable things in business is building trusted referral relationships, like you were talking about. What advice would you give entrepreneurs who want to build those kinds of partnerships in an authentic way?
Um, I would say that's a good question. I would say just be authentic 100%. Serve them first. Serve them first in any conversation you have with them. Meet with them. Be consistent. Don't show up one day and then pretend that people are going to remember you. That's arrogance. If you want really a group that, if you feel good, if you feel good in that group, whatever group I said it is, you need to be consistent. but that consistency needs to be serving. Like, oh, I need to go to my networking meeting to see how many clients and see how many referrals I'm gonna get. Change that mindset. It's I'm gonna show up in my networking meeting because I'm gonna make connections and I'm gonna be able to impact or serve somebody today because I have a huge network of people. I have a book of business that might need your services. So I want to put that on the table and see how that can help somebody. And you never know what kind of connection you make that will impact somebody else's business or even personal life. You never know.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Like, I love what you just said. And if we all just showed up in that way, it would completely revolutionary. It would be revolutionary. There you go. In the networking world. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Mhm.
So you work closely with entrepreneurs inside Babel Networking. What have you seen happen when people truly support one another's business instead of competing? What can be possible?
Growth, growth and miracles, uh, friendships, um, anything positive. When diversity creates growth and creates also strength. So what I don't know, Sarah knows it. So even another financial services professional, they have another kind of a skill, another gift, or something else they're focusing on. And instead of seeing each other as a competition, if we see each other like, hey, if we get together and we work together, we'll become stronger. That's a diversity that I think will come out when we do networking, like in an authentic way. It is sometimes easier to get to your goal alone, uh, but it's not gonna last. I think we were born to live in community. We God didn't create us to live isolated. So when you find that community, that will make you help you grow, and that will make you stronger as well when you need it. That will be your strength that God is putting around you when things are not going well. And it happens to me like all of a sudden I get this call from somebody that I met in a networking meeting like just once. Hey Anna, are you still doing this? I'm like, wow. So how important, just don't take for granted what we are doing in the day that we're doing, because just show up thinking that you want to make an eternal impact, not an hour impact, but every minute counts. So be consistent and be authentic and service, I think.
Thanks. If you could give one piece of advice to entrepreneurs, especially women, because that's mainly who we're talking to, building businesses in midlife, about relationships, networking, and long term success, what would it be? It's a loaded question.
I think I could say, like in business, in any ministry that a woman is entrusted with, I could say just offer it to God, surrender it to God, and don't think that we are the owners of every ministry. But when you surrender it and you become like, instead of saying my business, no, I'm the manager or I'm the steward of this business, I'm the steward of this motherhood. When we surrender and we understand that we don't own anything in this world, that everything is given to us and is entrusted to us, that's when things start happening. Even the stress and the pressure is released because you're not the owner, right? You are just the steward, you are the manager. You don't have to worry about the finances. You just need to, you just, I mean, about the income, but you just need to know how to store that income, that money, or the clients, or, but I think when we surrender as women, we become more of better stewards of our ministries in every single ministry that we're entrusted with.
It's so funny you say that. I took a card. It says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more.
It's beautiful. And it is true because, look, if you have your car, just think about your car, okay? How do you treat your car? But if I let you use my car, I assure you, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is not my car. I'm gonna drive more careful today. Oh, does it have insurance? Oh, you're gonna be so
Yep.
careful with my
Yep.
car. It's exactly the same way when we understand that the motherhood, the business, the community, with all of these things are entrusted to us. We don't own anything.
That's
Right?
true.
And you start treating these things as they are just entrusted them to me. God is the owner. I am just the manager. That is when that humbleness and discernment and wisdom start coming for us to handle and manage what we have to do.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. If someone listening today is feeling a little isolated in their business or unsure how to build stronger professional relationships, what is one small step they could take this week or to start expanding their network in a meaningful way?
Join Babel. Give us a try.
Yes,
You're gonna feel better. You're gonna have fun.
absolutely. Okay, I have a few rapid fire for you. Are you game?
Okay.
Okay. A word that defines this season of your life.
Oh, no.
Think, Anna, think.
Spiritual growth.
Nice. A book or a quote that's shaped you.
The Bible.
Something simple that makes you feel grounded.
Um, when I worship,
What does self care look like for you right now?
being able to go to the bathroom. I'm just kidding. I think working out, making
Okay,
time to work out. Yeah.
good. Anna, thank you. Before we go, how can people find you and how can they connect with you?
They can find me in any coffee shop in the area of Tampa. And also, I am on Facebook as Ana Dominguez the Show, Instagram, also at LinkedIn, and that's it. I think.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll leave all the links in the show notes. How well, thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate that. I love this conversation and you are such a genuine person. You show up as yourself. Like you showed up today for me. It's exactly how you show up for our networking and I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being part. Thank you for believing, for joining the mission, and for just being who you are. Thank you.